So today we'll be talking to you today about the communication problems in physical therapy slash athletic training. So, an introduction to this: there's often many issues in the communication of physical therapy, and they mostly arise from clients. Those are the common breakdowns. So the common breakdowns are the client doesn't understand what is being said. There are language barriers, and there also the client may not want to do something in particular. First off, we have the client doesn't understand what is being said. So the client may not understand what language is being used, so the terminology is too high. So you could be giving like a scientific term for a muscle that they may have injured, but they might not know what that is, so you would have to dull that down to more common knowledge. And in an interview with Dr. King, he said that you have to talk more to their level of communication. So he used the idea of an athlete. If it's an athlete, you can use a little bit more different terminology than that if it were an older person. You may not be able to use that type of communication. He also said that a person might not understand the lingo that is being used. And in an interview with Professor Hanks, she says that she gives her patients or clients time to ask questions about what the issue is, so she can explain it more if they still have questions about what it is their injury is or what she's doing to help them get better. So the next issue in communication is a language barrier. So some people who see a physical therapist or they're an athlete at a college, they may not be native to US, or they just do not speak English. So in an interview with Dr. King, he said that if there's a person who doesn't speak good English or can't understand English that well, he gets a family member to interpret. But he also said that what he's saying, it goes through a filter of the family, and sometimes the family isn't quite saying exactly what he wants the patient to do. So he started to pick up small things in English or in Spanish, for example, to help him speak to the person and get them to do what he wants to do. And in doing so, it was to a more physically way to show him what to do, what them to do. In an interview with Professor Hanks, she said that she has a translator app on her phone that she can use to show someone what's wrong if they just don't speak a good English. So the final language thing is the client may not want to do something. So sometimes they can just be really stubborn and think that the way that they want to do an exercise is the best. And in an interview with Dr. King, he said that he educated why the way they wanted a patient was being stubborn about something, and so he said he educated the person on why they wanted to do an exercise was unsafe. And then he also said that ultimately he couldn't force them to do what he wanted them to do. So he said that sometimes he can kind of get them to do something else while still being doing the exercise that he wants them to do. So in conclusion, communication in physical therapy and athletic training has problems when it comes to speaking with the client. Whether it be in a language barrier, they may speak a different language, or they don't want to do something that is being told. You can kind of trick them into doing something almost, or they just may not understand the terminology, so in that case you just have to dull down the information so that they can get a better, so that they understand it better, or you can have them ask any questions they may have so that they can better understand what's going on.